Hello, my name is Ogola Lois Kange, and today I am presenting a research on women leader, and I have chosen Pastor Regina Nuhu as my women leader. She currently serves as the Director of Missions for Family Worship Center, FWC in Abuja, a role that she formally took in 2000 after volunteering since 1999. So the missions department is multifaceted, and it basically caters to missionaries, widows, and orphans, and it focuses on the core north of Nigeria. So Pastor Regina Nuhu was born on the 31st of January 1960. She has 5 siblings. She's a mom of 3 biological children, grandmom of many adopted children. And concerning her call to ministry, she had a distinct and powerful beginning. So around 1986, she gave her life to Christ, and while she was still in the military, she joined the army at some point, and she desired to become somewhat of a doctor for God in the house. And she had a commitment to Christ, to sharing the word of God, something that she had gotten after she left the Ekwa church. Now, she grew up in the Ekwa church. Her mom was from an Ekwa background, but a challenge at some point made her have some kind of friction in that denomination, and she needed to step out. And so she joined some other Pentecostal fellowships where she actually encountered Christ and followed them on various evangelical crusades, and that really helped anchor her in her faith. Some of the things that really stood out for me about the life and her journey of Pastor Regina are some of the challenges she encountered while growing up. She said in the interview we had together that she didn't quite develop as fast as other people or her peers, so she went to school at a very late time in her life, and some of those challenges of learning that she had just made her very resilient and more than ever determined to serve, more than ever determined to learn, and so that helped her in her journey, because she didn't go to school early. She started work as the typist in a library in Kaduna State, and it was in one of those work sessions that she stumbled on a telegram calling on people to join the Nigerian army because they could get training and education, and that really caught her attention, and she joined the army. And it was in joining the army and being able to go to school in some form while serving in the army that she also got to be able to participate in a mission school that came as an additional blessing to her life. And so that being in that mission school really helped her. She got a Bachelor of Arts degree in theology from that school, and in later years she actually got an additional degree, bachelor's degree from the Jets College. So some of the challenges she encountered in her work and ministry included insecurity. The places where she works are really areas where there's a lot of terrorism, banditry, and all that. So being able to reach these people in hard to reach places is one of the challenges, the bad roads and all that. But there's also the socio-cultural conflict in ministering to widows. Different cultures have the way of dealing with women when their spouses pass, and she tells stories of how some of the women will be forced to marry the relatives of their husbands, and she would have to intervene and forcibly remove those women from those kind of places or settle those kind of family disputes. And also the struggle of being able to pass on the training to the next generation. She found it not easy because training younger leaders meant that you really needed to persevere. Some of them do not have the stamina to handle some kind of intense physical pressure, for instance, on the fields when you go for missions and there is, for instance, no breakfast. And you'll find out that some of the leaders would complain about not being able to have breakfast served, or physical conditions where they had to sleep in on bare floors and all that. So just being able to have younger people trained that are able to withstand some of these harsh conditions of ministry in the field has been some of the challenges that she encountered. And then some of the ways that some of the highlights actually that I can take from her life is the fact that she's been one that has demonstrated extraordinary resilience, empathy. She tells of going to Tanzania to see one of the moms of her adopted orphan children, and the woman had an injury with a physical infection on her leg that was, bringing out some worms and all that, and she had to sleep in the same room with her, clean the leg, and just save some money by not staying in a hotel and spend time with them and then also give them that money. So she demonstrates empathy in her work, and she also demonstrated fearlessness that stems from a deep-rooted conviction that God has called her and God is able to keep her on this journey. So she doesn't travel to these areas that are difficult to reach with escorts, police escorts or anything like that, because she believes that God is her security and her safety. The life of Pastor Regina Nuhu is an exemplary life, and it's one worth emulating. Thank you.